I saw that shit. You were about to salute the chat, and then I played the other intro.
Yes, he did.
But anyways, welcome
Oops.
everybody to our final, what seems to be final spring training stream. We got the New York Yankees and we got the Detroit Tigers, who are on a split squad today. They will be playing the Orioles in the second game, but it looks like they have most of their starters today. I really haven't actually gotten to watch some of spring training, but obviously
we're still adults. We have adult responsibilities, and we both hate it equally.
Yeah, life comes first, college comes first, especially when you're a graduating student and looking for
correction. Family comes first.
Yeah, family does come first. But I'm here. I got Sean here from Pinstripes and Pile Drivers.
Thank you for the simulcast, by the way. Appreciate it. You have to do that.
No problem at all. What's up to Armand in the chat?
What up, Armand?
Clay Holmes will be starting their opening day.
I think they won today, didn't they? Mets won. I think they were up 3-2 when I checked.
Yep, they won 3-2 against the Cardinals. So, but before we get into anything, I guess they made a change in the lineup. Oh, because earlier when I was doing the notes from MLB, they didn't have Rumfield in the lineup.
No,
we'll get into that eventually.
Somebody else, but I like that Rumfield's in the lineup. He's been good.
Gives the young guys a little extra playing time. But before we get into anything else, Sean, your first thoughts.
First thoughts. Well, I mean, we're entering the final weekend of spring. The excitement is here, or dread, depending on how you feel about the Yankees. But last weekend of spring is here. We're a couple days away from opening day. Right now, I think I speak for every Yankee fan when I say, let's just get through the next couple days healthy. Please, I beg you. I'm not a begging man. Just stay healthy. That's all I want. And the starters look good last night, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Of course, and also some news today. The Yankee front, Dominic Smith is a free agent. He opted out after the 24-hour period that the Yankees gave him. So they will not have a backup first baseman as they think. Maybe they have some confidence in Jay Rumfield.
They might. They still got Ben Rice. He's more than likely. I can't see why he wouldn't make the lineup. He's had a solid spring.
Yeah.
So, Alex, would you like a recap of – what up, Jacob? Would you like a recap of last night's win?
Sure. Before I get to the chat, let's get the recap with here.
Yes, so last night, Yankees defeated the Baltimore Orioles 9-7 in Sarasota. As Jazz Chisholm continued to stay red hot, going 2 for 3 with 5 RBIs in the win. Will Warren, on the other hand, did not have such a great start, going 3 2/3, giving up 4 runs on 7 hits, also giving up 2 walks and 2 home runs. But over the Yankees' last 10, they are 5-3-2. Yes, I counted ties as we enter this final weekend of spring training. But how have the Tigers done recently? The Tigers are coming off of a much-needed day off after suffering a 6-4 loss to the Boston Red Sox down in Fenway South. The Tigers have struggled to find consistency as they are just 4-4-2 in their last 10. The Tigers will be playing 2 tonight as they will be playing the Baltimore Orioles over in Sarasota, the team we just beat last night. Alex, did you get to see any of the game last night?
Unfortunately, I did not. I don't remember what I was doing.
Most of it looked like they ran out of primarily an opening day lineup. Jazz Chisholm went off. He was only a couple feet short of 2 home runs last night. So,
okay, all right. We got Carlos Rodon versus Kaidir Montero. Jacob says y'all doing the draft. I have to figure out a strategy.
Yeah, we were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, probably gonna talk about it backstage maybe, but day one obviously is a must. I was asked to be on somebody else's channel. I have to reconfirm with them. The second day is probably going to be done. The third day is going to have to be figured out a little bit because
the third day is like a wash, if you ask me. There's really not once you get past the middle rounds, everybody's just picking random pieces at that point.
Just depth players.
Yeah.
So we got Kaidir Montero on the mound as he looks to warm up. 6-6 last year, 4.76 ERA, 18.7 in the K rate, and Austin Wells looks ready. Let's do it here.
Oh, you're way ahead of me.
Outside.
They're still showing Montero.
Joker Merchant Park. Excuse me.
Now, this isn't the first time the Yankees and Tigers have matched up this spring. Actually, this is the fourth time. Yankees are 2-1 against them this spring. When splitting the matchups in Tampa 1-1, the Yankees are 1-0 in Lakeland. They'll look to stay undefeated. Yankees come in at 13-12. Tigers at 11-11.
Yes, Austin Wells, obviously. Aaron Boone said that he's probably going to be the leadoff hitter, which is a little bit strange, but we'll see how that
We're going to
takes shape.
talk about that because I have a lot to say.
That's definitely going to be a commercial break.
Yes.
Subject topic.
Also,
2-1.
Go ahead, Alex. It's hard to build chemistry when you're 10 minutes ahead of me. But I apologize if I cut you off in advance. But in the regular season, these teams will meet 6 times, including April 7th through the 9th in Detroit. We both know that is probably going to be a good 20-degree days in Detroit. And the next time they will meet is September 9th through the 11th in the Bronx. Last year, Yankees went 4-2 against the Tigers.
Austin Wells with a swing and a miss. The count moves to 3-2. I'm going to
nice
go.
Crowd on hand in Lakeland.
Yeah, nice weather. I'm going to check.
Speaking of weather, it is 68 degrees, clear skies, 0% chance of rain. But in Florida, I don't know how that's physically possible. So I probably just jinxed us, and we're going to have a rain delay in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Florida is a pretty complex state.
By the way, I will say real quick, I know off topic, prayers to South Florida. They are suffering from wildfires down in Miami. And I saw that. Actually, you could see the fires from Homestead Miami Speedway where NASCAR is this weekend. So prayers out to South Florida. You know how much we love South Florida. So wishing for the best.
Yeah, we were contemplating going down there.
Yeah, actually, it would have been. It would have been this weekend too.
True. Wells deep to right field. That one is gone.
Yay!
Straight right field. The leadoff hitter continues to succeed. And guess what, folks?
We still don't agree with it, but we like what we're seeing.
Yes. Where were you on the MLB?
I haven't seen it yet.
Because I'm looking at the MLB free game of the day, and they even showed it.
Oh, okay. So no, I'm watching on Fubo, so I'll switch to. I just saw the home run. I'm going to switch over to MLB.
Just a few seconds behind.
MLB.
What a moonshot by Austin Wells.
Yeah, no, that was a shot. Yeah, I'm going to put on MLB.TV. That might be better. Keyword might. We'll match up.
And coming into this, Kiter Montero was not great against the left-handed. Ben Rice fouls it away. 4-2.
There was no doubt about that one.
Yeah, no, that was gone. It was no doubter.
As I would say when my old home run calls with the Ferry Hawks, look out, BX. That is a missile off the bat of Austin Wells.
Ben Rice to left center field. This one carrying back. Track wall off the top of the wall. Throwing it into second. Ben Rice will have a double.
Rice has had a strong spring. I will say that. He has done enough for me to okay, I'm only a pitch behind. That's not too bad. He's done enough for me to make the roster. Especially now that we know Dom Smith will not make the roster.
Yeah.
Speaking of the devil.
He just has to even it out. It was interesting to see Dom Smith opt out, but I can't complain too much. And digging in for the Yankees is Pablo Reyes. The first pitch is just a little outside. Reyes, spring against the right-handed pitching, 385, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 9 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 1.081 OPS. Pitch. Just a tad inside. Felix Neon is the home plate umpire. He did not call that one. Laz Diaz is at first base. At second base, it is Sean Barber and Charlie Ramos at third.
This Reyes kid's got some pop. 300 hitter last year in the minors. Definitely be looking forward to seeing him. Whether he's in AAA or AA, we'll have to wait and see.
He looks like he's going to pop out to the catcher, Dinkler. First out. What level was he at?
It just said when I read the stats, it just said overall in the minors, so it didn't specify. But again, 300 hitter, you can't go wrong no matter what level.
Nice. Of course, we got to go to an ad. Go to an ad right in the middle.
I noticed these Tigers fans are all wearing jackets. It's 68.
That's
If you live in
Florida.
Michigan and you're complaining it's cold in Detroit, in freaking Lakeland, Florida, oh my goodness.
He was with Syracuse and Worcester last year, Pablo Reyes.
Okay, so the Mets and the Red Sox.
Correct.
So he came to the good side of those rivals.
Right. Ooh! Trent Grisham's going to challenge the call.
Nice.
That pitch
Alex,
was...
what have you thought of the... What have you thought of the ABS system? Me personally, I love it.
I think it works out perfectly. I think they're getting faster with it. Players are adjusting.
You know, it's better because, you know what? You don't go to fully robotic, so there's no, you know, you don't lose the human element, but it saves, it does so much good getting the right call at the same time. Like I said, I love it. Good challenge there by Grisham, by the way.
Yep. Turns it back to 1-1.
That was a good framework, though. I will give the catcher that.
In there for a strike, Grisham. Looking at that breaking ball, count 1-2.
Okay, John Sterling.
Well, John Sterling will be at 1-2.
Yeah, you got to kind of drag it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Though I won't lie, he taught me something good when I was doing my broadcasting for the Ferry Hawks. When a pitcher was taking a long time to deal, I go, and the 1-2.
And the 1-2. Just like
my other broadcasters noticed that too. Like, yo, you're good at that. I said, well, I just learned that from John Sterling. He was good for dragging out calls.
Pitch, just a tad outside. Count is 2-2.
So Grisham lost the second ABS challenge. Yankees are already down to 1. That is the rule. You get 2 challenges, you keep them until you get 2 wrong. Once you get 2 wrong, that's it.
Yep. 2-2 pitch. Grisham fouls this one away.
Definitely making Montero work. 16 pitches already and only 1 out.
Yep.
Can't imagine that's what the Tigers were planning for.
Especially with the split squad.
Yes. Obviously, more limited rosters. Oh, I'm sure they probably brought up a bunch of guys from minor league camp.
Pitch is just upstairs. He did not go, and that count is 3-2 on Trent Grisham.
And if you are wondering, New Yorkers, how we are watching this is on MLB Network.
Yes.
I know, obviously, Yes is not doing the game.
No.
So it's on MLB Network, or if you have MLB.com, it's free on there.
Grisham looking silly on that swing. It'll be the second out.
Just don't get used to it being on MLB.com. Blackouts are eventually going to take over come regular season.
When fun happens. When we're a little more free.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Oswaldo Cabrera, who is the lead candidate to play third base this season, as he was last year. Pitch right down the pipe. There's a strike.
Would have liked to seen a little bit more out of this third base competition. I really feel like we didn't. I feel like none of the 3 lived up to their potential. Obviously, LeMahieu couldn't. He's been hurt, but I feel like Cabrera could have done a little more this spring. Same thing with Peraza. I mean, he didn't hit bad this spring, Cabrera, but I don't know. I feel like I would have liked to have seen more from these guys.
I just feel like that's what you get for running it back.
Well, you know, that's the Yankee way.
1-1 Cabrera. This one is grounded right to shortstop Javi Baez. He throws, he fires, and this one is an out. But it also run puts a dent in the score. 1-0 Yankees.
You're Tigers. Like right on par with MLB.com. It went right to commercial on the on the screen you're sharing. I should just look at the screen instead. All right, so Alex, you already alluded to it. We might as well talk about it. This leadoff hitter situation is so ridiculous. I mean, look, Austin Wells has had a solid spring at leadoff. I will not deny that. But he could do that anywhere in the lineup. I'm sorry. I'm old school. It should be a fast, speedy guy who can also hit for a little bit of power. Who is that in my eyes? That's Jason Dominguez. But the problem that I have is it's not just going to be Austin Wells because that's only going to happen when they face righties. But when it's a lefty, it's going to be Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, Alex, can you please explain to me what analytic says this is a good idea? Can you explain this? Because I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I think I'll ask a better question. Has Paul Goldschmidt even led off in his career before? Dude's been in the league since 2010, maybe 2011. I think it's 2011.
Yeah, I think you're right. 2010, 2011.
Like, let's legitimately. You know what? No, I'm gonna look it up right now. Has Paul?
This is ridiculous. And he hasn't let off one game this spring. Not that I know of.
He hasn't. Yeah, like you haven't given him. I understand. Okay, maybe he obviously. Okay, maybe if you gave him like some time and he was showing progress, but like, what are we doing?
Yes, that was a rocket. We were very happy with that. Like I said, I have no problem with the way Wells has performed this spring. He has done phenomenal, but I just don't see how him being off of leadoff hitters I just don't agree with it. But
all right, because unfortunately MLB's not giving me what I want. But here's former Yankee Jemai Jones fouls this one away.
Gleyber Torres is also in the lineup tonight too. Obviously, a lot of beef with him this spring. Well,
yeah, you should shut his
maybe
mouth.
I should reword it. It's not really beef, but he's just causing trouble.
Paul Goldschmidt, by the way, is expected to lead off against the Phillies tomorrow.
Interesting. Is that a home game or is that an away game?
Good question. I think it's a home game.
Home game? I won't see it. I'll be on the road, but
yeah, I probably won't see it either. The pitch.
I'll probably be watching it while I'm sitting on the George Washington Bridge tomorrow. I'll probably watch some of it.
2 hours.
Yes. We all know how much fun that can be.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Chet, I apologize. I'm eating dinner. I got home late, so I apologize. I'm eating steak, so at least you can say I'm getting my protein in. Swing
and a miss by Jemai Jones. Change up. It's one away.
You feel like Jemai Jones really wasn't given a fair shot in his time with the Yankees?
I feel like they over-exacerbated him. Like they put him in a position not to succeed. Where you've heard that one before.
Yeah.
Their first strike to Andy Ibanez. Wells with a rocket.
Carlos Rodon rocking the beard.
Ibanez, the pitch is grounded, and that is going to be the camera work is terrible. Throw to first is in time. Yeah, the camera.
I love FanDuel Sports. Yeah, the replacement for Bally. They've literally just copied and pasted their friggin' broadcast. Everything basically. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, that camera work is awful.
Pablo Reyes was the one who threw him out at first, and coming up to the plate is former Yankee Gleyber Torres, who's hit nicely this spring, 364 against the left-handed. Pitch just outside.
How do you look at this whole Gleyber situation? I mean, to me, I have no problem with him not being on the Yankees. All these Yankee fans are like, oh, I miss Gleyber. This, no, you don't. Last year, everybody wanted him off the team in May. I don't understand where the sympathy is coming from and why everybody feels bad for Gleyber. I don't miss him for a second.
I haven't missed him. I wanted him off the team several years ago, and now he's gone.
A lot of us did. I don't mind it. If he wants to complain about how we treated him, let him. He's not going to get anything better in Detroit.
No, he went for what, money?
No, not even. He only got a 1-year deal because no one else would sign him.
2-1. Gleyber Torres in the dirt, 3-1.
I mean, I won't doubt that he played solid towards the end of the year, but you couldn't trust him on defense. Every time you hit a ground ball to him, you had to hold your breath.
Oh, yeah, he was horrible at every position he played.
Yes.
Like, we gave him mulligans at second base as Torres grounds one right to second base, throws, fires, got him, and we will head to the top of the second. Yankees up 1-0. But, like, we gave him, I think, maybe I'm wrong. I think we overlooked how bad he was before 2020 at second base.
I don't think we noticed it until then.
We didn't notice it. We overlooked it. And then
Well, and people tried to make excuses for him in 2020. Well, oh, COVID, and he didn't come to
the
camp.
bullshit nonsense. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, but you're rich, and you're gonna tell me you couldn't be at least halfway prepared. I'm
No,
sorry. I'm not buying it.
No, absolutely not. I mean, so then 2020 hits, terrible shortstop. 2021 hits, terrible shortstop. 2023, 22, 24, terrible second baseman. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Call it what it is.
So I don't want to hear the bitching and the moaning.
Yeah.
As I said, I've wanted him off this team for years.
Like I said, it's not to say that it was all bad with us. I mean, he brought us. He won us a lot of games. I'm not acting like he was just Brendan Ryan. Like he did do things for us. Just the problem was it felt like the bad outweighed the good, and it got to a point where he was more of a liability.
I will say this, Sean. I will say this. He did do more than Gary Sanchez.
That's a given, Alex.
That's a given. Putting it out there, you know.
Well, Gary Sanchez, I think we all know what happened there, but
Gary Sanchez is Gary Sanchez.
Which actually he was catching in that game last night for Baltimore. I don't think he did anything though offensively.
He's now relegated himself to a DH/catcher.
Yes,
and that there was some talk about space.
Catch.
No. He had a shot at learning from a good catching coach, except he got his contract.
Yeah, he said he got his manager fired. Well, not fired, but his contract conveniently expired. They went with the Rooney way.
Yeah, his contract extension disappeared.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't want to hear that nonsense.
Damn. But Sunil says he was expecting Dom Smith to be the new Big Papi. That would be interesting.
Well, yeah, that would be
unironically.
Matt Carpenter, maybe.
Yeah. If he did turn into Big Papi, that would be hilarious, though.
Throws, fires, got him. Guy who struggled. Do you think this is the deadline that they let him go for chips?
He almost have to. I mean, what are you going to do with him? I mean, yeah, look, he's a good bench piece to have. You could put him late in the game where, he's got speed and he can run, and he's got good defense. Look, we can't deny right now he's better defender than Volpe. Yes, I said it. He is better defensively than Volpe, but there's nothing else you can really do with him. But see, this is the kid I like, TJ Rumfield. I truly think, obviously Paul Goldschmidt's just a bridge piece. I truly think this kid could be our next first baseman if Ben Rice doesn't work out or they move Rice to backup catcher.
Yeah.
By the way, commercial break. I got some blasphemy to tell you regarding the Yankees.
Except Dom Smith isn't 50 years old like Matt Carpenter was. Yeah, and Dom Smith.
That's true. You get more production for longer.
And Dom Smith wasn't dealing with a bum shot. What was it? What was the injury that Carpenter had? The foot injury?
Yeah, it was a foot injury.
Yeah, but that was.
Katie says Peraza needs to go.
I'm gonna get canceled for this. I really don't care. That was an entire Make-A-Wish streak by Matt Carpenter.
That was a little insanity run. That's what I call it.
Yeah, that's like Tommy DeVito. Okay.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. You can't trash your only quarterback.
Shut up. Meanwhile, your team and my team are sitting here fighting over Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I know, Alex. Do you remember years ago, in a beautiful time when we were just kids, and we both rooted for these iconic franchises?
The same draft class as Rumfield singles to right.
I mean, we had these iconic franchises. We both had great quarterbacks. We actually had something to brag about over the Eagles fans. Now it's the complete opposite, and I hate every second of it. And I want to quit watching football, and I won't.
Yeah, no, it's.
By the way, do you want to share with the chat that post I sent you about the least intelligent fans in football?
Oh yeah, no, it's circled Twitter before. I'll tell you that much. It's circled Twitter.
I don't agree with it. I just think it was made by a Washington fan.
Ismail, this one's gonna be
Menguia or something. Yeah, I butchered this during the breakout, so don't feel bad.
Menguia,
man.
Ground ball chopper back to the pitcher. Throws, fires, got him 2-way.
He had 286 last year in the Giants system, so we don't know who he is, but we might know who he is at some point.
Folks, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Go subscribe to Pitchforks and Pile Drivers. They cover wrestling. They cover the New York Yankees.
Yes, a lot of good stuff happening in wrestling. I'm just pissed because SmackDown was seen by the rest of the world except for America today. I'm losing it.
How the hell does that happen?
Okay, let me explain. So, obviously, Raw is on Netflix now, which means they can show Monday Night Raw at any time that it's taking place. Like right now, because WWE is doing a European tour, they showed Monday Night Raw 3:00 in the afternoon. For whatever reason, the USA Network will not allow it to be shown at any other time other than 8 p.m. So internationally, WWE is on Raw. WWE Raw and SmackDown are both on Netflix, but in America, it's only Raw, which means while the rest of the world got to see SmackDown today, USA has not. Yeah, what is USA Network showing that they can't put it on at 3:00 or whatever time it started today?
Obviously, showing another episode, a rerun of Law and Order SVU.
Yes, because we haven't seen it 50 million other times. But anyway, Andrew Velasquez is up. I'm done talking wrestling. I promise.
Velasquez.
That'll be my next rant on our next show.
Yeah, that's going to be the one-liner there.
Yeah.
Velasquez 1-2. The pitch. And he swings and misses. We will go to the bottom of the second.
Yeah, I saw, and I'll tell you the truth, Armin. I actually like the fact that Raw's on in the afternoon because I work Tuesday morning, so I didn't have to feel like a zombie going into work Tuesday. I actually like that it's been on in the afternoon. No interesting start so far. Austin Wells so far been the main offensive piece. So, Alex, I want to share you some blasphemy.
Oh, boy.
So, I know you don't have PS5. That's fine. I got MLB The Show the other day.
Okay.
The new one. You want to hear some of these ratings for our Yankees? I'm just going to give you two, okay? Because I think these two are the worst. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
It is. All right. Let me ask you this. What do you think Luke Weaver's Luke Weaver's rating is?
75.
You're close, 74.
I'd bump him up a little bit. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I see why
he was such a good closer last year. There's no reason he's anything less than an 80. But the next one's even better. The next one's even better. What do you think Tim Hill's is?
A 70?
63.
Okay, that's a little much there.
That's a bunch of Brahma BS. I'll give you one more just for fun.
Or something.
Let's. I'll give you one more. This one's a minor leaguer, but I know you're going to disagree anyway. What do you think George Lombard Jr. is?
A fucking 51.
You're close, 56.
Wow,
I get it. He's 19. He's a very young prospect, but 56. They were giving Jason Dominguez a 72 at that age. So I figured I'd just pass that along. I was going crazy working on my roster the other day.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so Sunil says, isn't throwing out a batting practice pitching machine on opening day better for the Mets than throwing out cardiac?
Yeah. He's basically saying, is there a better alternative?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, look, I'm sorry. I know Clay Holmes had a solid spring. That's fine. But he needs to translate that to the regular season.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But again, Armand, again, it's only spring training. I mean, last year he started with a zero ERA through the first month and a half, and look how that ended.
All right, let's see.
Back in Lakeland.
I'll let you take this one because this is the part where I have to apply for shifts for work.
You gotcha. So right now they're interviewing AJ Hinch, so they're not showing me who's. Oh, it's Hunter Green? No.
Riley.
Guys. What is it? Riley Green? Right. Thank you. Riley Green is up. Count is 1-1. Carlos Rodon. Solid start so far. Don't just 13 pitches. That's in there for a strike. Thought that was a little outside. Green clearly did not. Green did not like that call.
Son of a gun.
but does not challenge. Be a 1-2 from Carlos Rodon. Pitch, same exact pitch, but called a ball this time. So count now 2-2. Sunil says, I mean, the Muddies are practically devoid of pitching as it is. No Manaya, no Montas.
They've dealt with a couple of different injuries.
Too. Yeah, no, the Mets starting staff was a weakness from the start. It's only getting worse. Oh, Senga is pitching against the Marlins. Okay. That'll be I think that's in Miami too, so that's just another home game anyway.
Yeah.
Up now, Spencer Torkelson.
You know something? If we had some vacation time, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I try to scan this out, if we had some sort of a vacation time, we could have hit the Yankees Marlins game. We could have also hit Homestead, but obviously, life.
Yeah, it would have been tough, but we would have definitely tried. Because actually, yeah, you make a good point. Because not only is NASCAR going to be in Homestead, yes, I'm a NASCAR fan. Chat, you can get your left turn jokes out while you can. Could have gone to NASCAR Sunday, and then we could have seen the Yankees at Marlins Park Tuesday.
Yep.
But that's all right. Yankees will be back down there again in August.
Yes.
Yeah, Cole's not pitching this year.
Oh, hell no. No, he's... I think the big question is Stanton even going to play?
I don't see how he does, but
if
he does, we will not see him until October.
No.
I'm going to tell you that right now. But the problem with that is he needs a ramp-up period, and he's not going to get it.
Like, what is he going to do? Go to Hudson Valley Renegades and play against the Brooklyn Cyclones?
Well, I was going to say, if you want to get him on a postseason run, if the Rail Riders can make the playoffs, let him go on a postseason tear in Scranton, so then he could have the momentum for the team in the Bronx. If we indeed make the playoffs, because can't be too sure with this team.
Yeah, I always got a fair point. I mean, obviously Holmes wasn't great, but you got to give him a few outings to.
Oh yeah, that happens to everybody.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna.
Nice.
Unbiasedly, I'm not gonna abuse Clay Holmes yet.
Well, yeah, not yet. It's like I said, it's still early. Javier Baez comes up to hit. What a shame what he's turned into. I mean, he's a jerk off, but
he's Chris Davis.
Yeah,
just with that contract.
Yeah,
and actually, that title.
We talk about that a lot. Actually,
that title now belongs to Anthony Rendon.
Yes. By the way, as that is a high fly ball on the left, my God, this camera work really is awful. He hits the ball in the air, and they flash to AJ Hinch, but he flew out for the second out.
Yeah, someone in the operating room clearly isn't doing their job.
Something tells me they have the B staff tonight. They only have to work Monday through Friday morning.
They probably have the college interns or something. I don't know. That's the best I can.
If you guys didn't see, Alex Verdugo is an Atlanta Brave. Got signed yesterday.
Yeah, the Yankees, respectfully, the Yankees should shut the fuck up when saying, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't get another contract with another organization." Really, says the team that failed to re-sign him. Like, what are you
exactly, right?
Can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Colt Keith comes up to hit with 2 outs. That's in there for a strike. No. Yeah, look, there were a lot of Yankee fans begging to have Verdugo back. I was not one of them.
No.
I mean, I get it. Dominguez has not been good out and left, but I'll still take Dominguez's bat over Verdugo.
Oh, yeah. Base hit the left field for Colt Keith.
Go ahead, run now on first, tying run in scoring position.
Oh my God, I hate this system.
What is this? Something that's outdated as a city job system?
I wouldn't say it's outdated. It's just it's wonky.
Yeah, so essentially the same thing.
Well,
like I kid you not, waiting to find out when the MTA test will be. I'll find out within the next month, and trying to log into their website is like trying to log into CUNY. It's a pain in the you know what. Alex, I don't know if you remember what that was like, but
oh no, the CUNY site was so outdated. It's not even
oh,
funny.
the MTAs is right there with it. Trust me.
They're both city run, so that really doesn't shock me.
Yeah. So the Tigers are definitely going to have an interesting start to the season. They open up on banner weekend for the Dodgers.
Right.
So Tigers will definitely be put to the test. But you know what? If they can go into LA and stun the Dodgers, at least winning 2 out of 3, they will definitely be setting a tone for the year. I get it. It's only first weekend of April, not even it's last weekend of March. But the Tigers coming off of a surprise playoff appearance. If they could go into LA and at least win the series against the Dodgers, could you imagine what that would do for momentum wise?
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. I was glad we didn't have to face Detroit last year. We don't have a good history.
We
with
barely
them.
scraped by Kansas City.
Yeah. And Cleveland gave us a run for their money. So I don't know. I think Detroit would have taken us at least 7 or maybe 6, but Detroit scared me last year.
Basically, what the system is everybody's competing for multiple shifts, and like you don't find out till like a minute as a swing and a miss by Dingler ends the inning. Thank God. But basically everybody's competing for multiple shifts at one time, like because like 100 to 200 shifts become available throughout the next like 3 weeks. So everybody's just like, and the system, it's not outdated, but it's wonky.
If you got too many people using it once, that's bound to happen.
Yeah, that's not a great formula.
Yeah, I agree. So at the end of 2, Yankees are up 1-0. I hate
for
this
instance, I've been trying to climb
this broadcast, by the way. I really do. I really wish we had Yes Network right now calling the game. But you got to love spring training where, for whatever reason, it's not profitable to show games every day because that Tuesday afternoon talk show with one person and no co-host is definitely way more important.
Well, yeah, in the middle of fucking nowhere. Well, I'll say this. It's better. I don't want to be that guy, but it's better than no game. Like the Rays didn't show the game when the Yankees had their split squad.
True. That's true. That was annoying.
Very annoying.
And actually, for Tigers fans, this is the only game they can watch. The game against the Orioles ain't on TV either.
No, it's not televised.
No, and actually, I'll tell you the truth, Alex, because I was trying to watch MLB.TV earlier, and obviously the only games that were going on at 4:30 were Cactus League games, and not a single one of them had a broadcast. Not a single game. That's why the Yankees game is on MLB Network, because not a single Cactus League game was on TV today.
I don't understand that generally.
I can't. Maybe the night games, but in terms of the 4 o'clock slate, nothing. Happy Friday, as we're ranting.
Yes, happy Friday. And also, Armin wanted me to share this. This is what Clay Holmes did in the spring. 19 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 walks, and 23 strikeouts.
Yeah, a lot of Yankee fans jumped on Holmes because he had one bad game where he gave up those 2 runs. Like, okay, look, I don't like Holmes, but you can't discredit what he did the rest of the spring. Yankees fans are really gonna point at the one bad game he has.
Just like
that's what we do, but like what we did with the Soto thing with the error he made.
Well, yeah, I didn't do that.
By the way, as Austin Wells comes back up to hit, have you seen what the Astros are doing to Jose Altuve?
No, I have not seen.
They have him playing left field. He can't catch a basic fly ball.
Dude's smaller than me. Why is he playing left field?
My question is, why? Do you realize this man has played over 1,000 games in his career?
Wells to center field, drifting, caught at the wall, and center field by Perez.
He's played over 15,000 innings, and only 6 of them were at any other position besides second base. And now they threw him out in left field, and he can't catch a basic fly ball. I don't blame. As much as I hate Altuve.
He's been in the league since like 2011, 2012. Why are you putting him in a new position now? Like, it's not your fault.
Again, I don't like the guy, but you can't ask somebody to just go play left and have fun because it ain't gonna be fun.
Can't teach
that left field is not an easy left field down in what I'm still gonna call Minute Maid Park.
Yeah. What's the name of it now?
I don't even know, nor do I care.
It's Minute Maid to me.
It's
Can't
Minute
teach
Maid
an
to
old
me.
dog new tricks.
No, you can't.
0-1 to Ben Rice, pitch outside. We're trying to claim this 2:00 shift for the past 10 minutes now, and
Yeah, we are, and for the chat wondering why, it's because I'm coming to New York tomorrow, and I don't think Alex wants to have to work during that time.
no. Well,
but then again, you could work 6 to 10. Chances are I'll still be sitting on the GWB. Yeah. And I'm supposed to get there for 4. So at 4:30, I mean. So
Altuve told the Astros in the offseason he would move to left field if Bregman wasn't re-signed, and then they moved Paredes to second.
Yeah, stupid.
I mean, it's being a team player, but if you suck at the position, you suck at the position.
If you're playing a position you've never played before, you're not gonna succeed.
No. 3-1, excuse me. And this one is lined down the right field line for a base hit. It's going to hit up against the wall. Jahmai Jones will get it in. Ben Rice will have his second double of the day.
Was Jahmai Jones always an outfielder? Because I remember when he first started with us, he was supposed to be a shortstop.
He was somewhat of an infielder.
Dalkin Park, that's the name of it. Yeah. No, it's Minute Maid Park.
That's worse than Acrisure.
No.
That's worse than Acrisure.
I'm biased. Acrisure is worse.
No.
Acrisure is 100% worse. I do not care. I don't care one bit.
Pablo Reyes steps up to the plate. The pitch. In there for a strike. Let's see. Jahmai Jones. How many? Let's see where he started in how many games.
That was Ben Rice's second.
A lot of second base. A lot of second base.
Ben Rice over the spring has hit 260, 5 home runs, 9 ribbies. Like I said, he's earned the spot on the team, in my opinion.
The Yankees had Jahmai Jones in right field 8 times last year.
What, in the 10 games he played?
10 games he started, so you're kind of right, actually.
All right. I was just throwing a number out there.
But I mean, he could have been like, at different positions.
Oh yeah, he definitely came in.
Obviously, he was a pinch guy,
pinch runner and hitter.
And stuff. Just Trent Grisham pitches inside.
I said to Vinny in our stream on Sunday, I think it was Sunday. I think if we can get what we have seen out of Trent Grisham this spring, I think if we can get this Trent Grisham come regular season, the Yankees lineup just gets that much scarier. Yeah. I really like what Grisham has done, and I don't really like him as I haven't liked him as a player because
just remember the bet I made.
He can't hit, but he's proven me wrong so far.
He has.
By the way, did you know Alex Cobb is still in the league?
I figured he was.
He's a Tigers pitcher.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So count as 3-0 on Trent Grisham. Luca is at work. He may join us later.
If he's not late. You never know. Well, he might go out drinking after this.
Well, yeah. After watching what the Knicks did last night.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know what pissed me off more yesterday, the Knicks or March Madness. Chat, how's your March Madness brackets going? I didn't last one game. Friggin' Louisville.
I know my friend blew it on the Creighton game or whatever it was.
That's the game. Creighton beat Louisville. But chat, how did your brackets go? Because apparently there's only like 0.2% of the brackets remaining that are still perfect.
Also, the Vikings are looking to potentially add Ryan Tannehill. He didn't play last year.
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, they don't want Aaron Rodgers.
I like that comment from Sunil. I know there's a joke to that.
No, yeah, that's been
there's been a thing on here for a while.
Yeah, it's been I'd say a year and a half. Caught in center field, and that'll do it. We will go to the bottom of the third.
This game is flying by. Now that I said that, we're gonna get a long inning, but
yeah, nice job, Sean. Carlos Rodon's gonna have a 6.
I'm not doing anything better. I just got to pack for my trip tomorrow.
Yeah. And something to do over the 7 hours you spend on the George Washington Bridge.
Yes. I can't wait.
So how's
That
this
was a
rotation
nice
going to look?
catch. You were saying, Alex? Sorry.
I'm saying you're good. How's this rotation going to look
For the Yankees,
from 1 to 5?
well, we know Rodon's number 1. We know Fried is number 2. Cookie Carrasco made the rotation. I imagine he's going to be the 5th starter. Schmidt should be good to go, so he's probably 3rd. Will Warren 4th. Cookie 5th. I don't know. Will Warren's starting to concern me a little bit. I know he started out good this spring, but his last 2 starts were not ideal. So I'm a little worried about the back end. I don't really worry about Cookie because he's been in the league long enough that I know he's had a couple rough seasons, but I think he can bounce back. Right now, it's Will Warren that concerns me. Neil says apparently the.
He's talking about the.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about the Favre thing.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess it's better to have Carrasco as a 5 rather than a 3. But
yeah,
Warren, yeah, that's a little concerning. And we don't know what Clark Schmidt is.
No, because he hasn't pitched. I don't think he's pitched at all this spring because he was hurt. So, obviously they got him working on the backfields, but how much can you really gain from an intra-squad game? Not really. I don't, Alex, what have we been saying for years? Practice speed is not the same as game speed, but
it's like practicing against your own team in training camp. You learn really nothing.
You really don't learn anything. I mean, baseball's a little different, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But I just we'll see. But Rodon has looked pretty solid so far. This obviously will be his last start of the spring before opening day next Thursday.
And on a high note, that's all I ask.
Yes. And stay healthy. Nice, Sunil. Sunil, who do you have win it all? I know I had Kansas going, and it did not end well. They didn't even they got one. They went one and done.
Like the Steelers.
Yep.
Utah Hockey Club. I'm seeing that because of the FanDuel stuff.
Yeah, I gotta love it. Beautiful name. Rodon deals.
Pitch to center field, going back on the track. Grisham makes the catch. One away. Scared Sean.
Yeah, that seems to be the common one. I heard Houston looked really good yesterday. I didn't get to see that game, but I heard they dominated.
Garrett Crochet dominating with the Red Sox today. 5 Ks, 3 hits, and 3 innings pitched. I think that was a pretty good move.
Yeah, I think, for them it is. Yankees, I don't know if you saw, they saw the Red Sox the other day, finished in a 4-4 tie. What a disappointing way that those 2 matchups went for Yankees Red Sox. The first game got rained out. Second matchup, they couldn't even get a result out of it.
No.
But if you're curious, the upcoming schedule for the Yankees. Now they haven't announced the starter yet for tomorrow, but as you mentioned, they host the Phillies 105 tomorrow. They play the Rays in their final home game on Sunday, 105. Monday, they take on the Mets down in St. Lucie. Tuesday, they go to Marlins Park to play the Marlins. And that's, of course, the one game that's in a big league ballpark will not be on TV.
Of course not. So somebody has to live stream it. 0-2 on Jemai Jones.
Alex, we should go down to Florida real quick. We'll bring the camera crew. We'll broadcast the game from row 72.
We're right where we sat in August. That's where we'll do it. Till we get kicked out in the first inning.
Well, even though it's a spring training game, I bet you it'll still be 75% Yankee fans there.
Right. Jemai Jones fouls this one away. Just 2 quick updates for you guys. Number 1, next Tuesday at 9 p.m., we will be holding a Yankees before the season live stream. I think Sean, you said that you're gonna.
What did you say it was?
9 o'clock next Tuesday.
Yeah, I think I should be able to be there.
It's outside Jemai Jones. It's 2-2. NFE and Dylan Backer of Empire Sports Media will be joining us, as well as Luca being on the panel. So, going to be talking about this team in positive and in a lot of negative ways. Strike 3, got him. 2 away.
And also, reminder too for the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers fans watching, we will be doing a post-game live stream after opening day. We won't be available for opening day to do the game live, but you could see our live reaction immediately after opening day when the Yankees take on the Milwaukee Brewers, where, as Vinny said, either the sky will be falling or the World Series will be on.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. So the Tigers in their other matchup have Tarek Skubal going. So far, 3 shutout innings, no hits or runs yet.
Well, I mean, the meme isn't because Dominic Leone's on another team, but if you're asking about the person you're talking about, I have not talked to him. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, and the other thing I wanted to bring up in terms of updates is before the draft, I haven't really put it out yet because I have a couple of career preoccupations I've been dealing with. Swing and a miss curveball to Andy Ibanez 2-1. There will be a big chunk of pre-draft content. That's something we really never done before on the channel. I think Sean might have an idea, but I'm not going to have any spoilers. I put out a little thing on the YouTube community notes, but it's a lot of fun. Me and Brian have been working on it. It seems to be done as of right now, but exporting it and dealing with storage, as I said, looking forward to announcing that at some point. Probably
You're only about what, month away from the draft?
I'd say about. I think
it's usually the last
the Friday, so the 24th I think is.
And so right after the week after Easter.
Essentially, yes.
Interesting.
So
yeah, don't forget too, football is right around the corner. If you think about it, spring football will be back for college football in about a week or 2.
And they'll walk to Andy Ibanez.
I know for us, Alex, our Irish, they play their spring game, I believe, April 12th, the Blue Gold game. But I like that game because at least they somewhat tackle. Obviously, it's not full strength, but
yeah,
it still feels better than an NFL preseason game. But that's just my take on it.
Gleyber Torres, and here's the pitch to him. Fouled away a little early on that one.
Alex, would you like an out-of-town scoreboard?
Why not?
I'll let you call the next pitch, and then I'll start reading off. Actually, we'll finish the inning, and then I'll read off. How's that sound?
The 0-1 from Carlos Rodon. Pitch. Fly ball. Left field. It's not going much of anywhere. And this will be called by Oswaldo Cabrera, and we will end the inning. Top of the 4th we go. The Yankees up 1-0.
So, right now, the 4 o'clock window of Cactus League games is coming to an end. The Kansas City Royals just defeated the Seattle Mariners by a score at 8-7. The Chicago White Sox trailed the Cincinnati Reds by a score of 5-2. That game's in the bottom of the 8th. In the other split squad game for the Tigers, they lead the Orioles by a score of 4-0. That game is in the top of the 4th. Our rivals, the Boston Red Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates, are currently scoreless in the top of the 4th. Nationals Marlins over in West Palm Beach is also scoreless. That game is in the top of the 4th. Later tonight, the D-backs will take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Good pitching matchup there. Corbin Burns versus Freddie Peralta. Peralta, the opening day starter for the Brewers against the Yankees. That game starts 9:10. Earlier today, the Astros defeated the Cardinals by a score of 5-3. Sonny Gray finishes his spring with a 12.56 ERA. I think that's Sonny Gray for the Cardinals. We'll go with it. I'm pretty sure it is.
But what about, wait. Okay, you might be right.
Well, either way, Phillies defeat the Twins by a score of 6-3. The Braves defeat the Tampa Bay Rays by a score of 7-3. The other Phillies lost to the Toronto Blue Jays 7-11. The Mets defeat the Cardinals by a score of 3-2. The Rangers and the Angels finished in a 3-3 tie. Royals fell to the Athletics 10-1. Wow, that would be bad in the regular season. But Severino with the win there. Padres defeat the Cubs by a score of 5-1. The Giants defeat the Guardians by a score of 5-4. Wow, there's a lot of baseball today. Rockies defeat the Angels by a score of 4-3. Reds defeat the Mariners by a score of 5-3. That was a lot. How many games were there today? 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 games today. Full
So
day
that's at
of
least,
baseball.
2 split squads?
No, there was a lot more than that. Well, Peraza up to hit now.
0-1, grounded out in the second. Montero's still on the mound. Pitch in there for a strike.
If you're curious, too, outside of the Dodgers-Cubs series, which I'd like to talk about a little bit, first games back in MLB ballparks will take place starting Sunday, the Freeway Series, Angels-Dodgers, Sunday Night Baseball.
Okay.
So we're almost there, Alex.
Yep.
We're almost there. This is my favorite time of spring when they start playing in the big league ballparks to wrap up the spring. We'll see a couple of those games between Sunday and Tuesday before we do it for real.
Yep. Montero deals. Swing and a miss for Peraza. Very bad swing right there. Golf swing almost. That's one away.
Be honest, so far, outside of the home run and the few hits, Montero has actually not looked that bad tonight.
No, he doesn't look bad at all.
Bad swing by Peraza. You're right there.
Golf swing. Just want to let you guys know that Big Blue in the Bronx is sponsored by SeatGeek. So if you're looking to go to a baseball game, if you're looking to go to a concert, you need parking passes to tailgate. Big Blue in the Bronx is the promo code you'll need to use to get $20 off your online order with SeatGeek. So go if you have a team that you enjoy that you're not loathing. SeatGeek is your main source.
If you're not going on strike, then SeatGeek is for you.
If you're not striking against the Yankees because they didn't do anything, if you're not striking against the Giants or the Jets, or whatever team it is, SeatGeek.
Yeah, there's a few of those in New York right now. Rumfield coming up to hit. He's 1 for 1. Well, happy early birthday, Sunil.
Two-one pitch. Fouled away by Rumfield.
Well, that 2-0 pitch, I thought that was a little low, but
yeah.
No ABS call there. Yeah, I saw, Sunil, your Longhorns did not go very far, which I know that couldn't have felt any better after what you went through a few months ago against Ohio State. I'm not trying to rub that in, I promise, because that was tough. I was rooting for y'all.
Montero had 59 pitches.
They're just 3 1/3. Definitely not ideal, especially because I know they want their starters to go further into these games, trying to prepare them for going the distance, which I don't understand why. The managers today, they're lucky to even see a lineup a third time, but the goal usually by spring is to get them through at least 5-6 innings, and wait and see how far they let them go today.
Right. 2-2 from Montero. And this is fouled away. Nice at bat here by TJ Rumfield.
Yes.
We're looking at 7 pitches.
Had a solid year with the Rail Riders. I'm looking forward to seeing him again with Scranton Wilkes-Barre.
2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt, 3-2.
Which, Alex, if you're wondering, the Rail Riders, they get to open up this year against their Turnpike rivals, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs down in Allentown. That'll be a good one. And there's no Yankee game that day, so I'll actually be watching that. I'd like to consider going, but knowing the way the weather is here in Pennsylvania, it's probably going to be ice cold, so I'm just going to watch from
40
home.
degrees?
Yeah, well, today it was 45, but it was very windy.
Yeah, I got up for work at, I want to say, 3:30 was 46 by the time I got in, and then was like 2 hours into my shift. It dropped to 40. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's supposed to get cold next week, which it's only fitting because opening day is next week. So we gotta get the cold weather back. Apparently, I heard up here in PA we might get that other thing, that S word, on Monday, but we shall see. Yeah, great. Yes.
I hope you guys get a wonderful snow.
Alex, it won't matter to me because I'll be in the city. I would just be stranded. That won't matter to me, but
Swing and a miss by Rumfield, 2 away.
my job will not like it very much.
Well,
This at bat from Rumfield has already gone 10 pitches. About to be 11.
right.
Oh, not a good ending. Overpowered him.
That'll bring up Mungia. I don't know what he was trying to do there. He was trying to pull an Ichiro.
Yeah.
Pitches outside. You'll see it probably now.
Yeah, I don't know what he was going for there. Oh, here's a man, Guido, whatever you want to call yourself.
Maybe, I don't know. Pangea. No, it's fine, Sunil. It's fine. Trust me. I get some texts about how Florida's warm and stuff like that.
Yeah, we literally every day we talk about. Anytime we talk weather, we just think, what's it doing in Florida today, or North Carolina, or something like that,
or Mobile, Alabama. That's the one I look at too because they're on the Gulf.
I always say it must be nice.
Yeah. There's a ground ball to second base. Right there's Gleyber Torres fires. He's got him. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Score remains the same.
Yeah, so now that would be amazing, especially if he did that during the Subway Series.
And then imagine when's the first thing of the Subway Series?
It would be rivalry weekend, May 16th at Yankee
that's
Stadium.
The week I graduate. Yeah. Yeah, just imagine he does that in his first at bat, and then like I don't know who would do it.
I hate to break it to Yankee fans, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying this. You realize Soto is probably going to go off against us, right?
Oh, yeah, he will.
This happens every time we face a former player. Like, if you remember when Robinson Cano went off against us for the first time. Yeah, he struck out his first at bat, but then he had a multi-home run game the next night. And they won that game anyway. So, don't be surprised, Yankee fans, if Soto goes off against us. I'm just saying. We're going to hate him all we want, but it seems like the players we hate the most do the best against us. So, Alex, I got to ask, while we're in commercial, did you get to watch at least highlights of the Dodgers-Cubs series? Or did you even get to see anything live? That's my question.
No, unfortunately, I was working through most of it. What I will say is this. I did see the fan interference play, and that is absolutely not a home run.
Yes, but, when you're Shohei, you can hit it 10 feet.
That's what it is.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't get to see any of Game 2. I woke up Game 1 thinking, okay, I should be all right. I didn't even make it through half the inning. When I woke up, they were just finishing up the top of the ninth. I was like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Was stupid.
This was a lost cause.
I just pulled a stupid.
What'd you do?
Well, let's hope that somebody picks it up, because if not, I'm going to have to fucking call. I always end up doing this to myself when I'm side tasking. Is I picked up a shift on accident, because I felt, okay, let me pick up the shift for April 12th and do a double. No, I picked it up for April 5th, which will be in Pittsburgh.
Oh, nice.
They did. I have to find out where for my boss. But they did just open up another Whole Foods in Pennsylvania.
What, in Philly?
I have no idea where. I'll probably look it up, honestly. Green ground is one. That's a base hit through the right side.
Rodon out there for his fourth inning of work. Sunil says, adding to my prior comment, he'll probably hit a ball that Soto will drop feeling it too. That'd be the icing on the cake. And New York Yankees actually go off on a trolling rant over the New York Mets. Yeah,
Okay.
If Soto drops a fly ball at Yankee Stadium, that place might pop louder than anything we have ever heard.
You know what's funny? The new store, to my knowledge, I could be wrong. Pittsburgh.
Oh, cool. All right, I was close.
The address is supposedly, hopefully I got it right, Doylestown.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're looking forward to our trip to Pittsburgh. I get to teach you guys some Yinzer language.
Oh yes, I'm totally looking forward to that.
We'll head downtown, watch the Yankees take on the
Steelers.
Pittsburgh Pirates, or talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. By the way, if you ever want to entertain yourself, Alex, on YouTube, Pittsburgh's main sports talk station, 93.7 The Fan, they now do a live stream all day from like 5 a.m. to like 11 p.m. All it is just angry Yinzers calling about the Steelers. I'm a Steelers fan, and I think it's hysterical.
As bobble at third by Reyes, they only get one at second. They don't get the second one at first, which will bring up Javi Baez.
It was a hard hit ball, but I still think he should have made that play at third, but
yeah,
gets the one out, so.
Inside to Javi Baez, count as 1-0. Odds 3,000 to win the World Series. That's the Tigers' odds. There's 1-1.
So Sunil says, watch the Pirates be out of it by the trade deadline and the Yankee fans scream for Paul Skeens. I love that, but the Pirates are probably going to be asking for. Well, I don't know actually, Alex, because the Pirates really are. They really do have a low standard. So would they really ask for a lot, though?
Yeah, they would. It's Paul Skeens. It's the only thing that I don't know. Oh, by the way, and my camera shuts off. That's great.
Nice.
I don't know if you were told or whatever. Armand actually relayed this to me. Stupid son of a bitch camera. There's a fly ball to right field. This one coming in is caught two-way. The kid sold the card for Paul Skeens.
Yeah, made over $1 million.
I said that's more valuable than the fucking Pirates would have ever offered anything.
Oh yeah, 100%. Nice play by Manjuia. Yeah, right now I'm actually surprised that like the simps aren't going all crazy, because if you remember, whoever gets the card gets season tickets and all this other stuff for the next 30-something years. But then they also get to sit with Livy Dunn.
Or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Livy Dunn. So the simps are probably putting in a lot of that money. So
this is a fly ball to center. Grisham's right there, and we'll head to the top of the fifth. The Yankees still up 1-0.
Pitcher's duel is not what I expected.
No. Damn. Let's see if I can pull something up. Oh, okay. All right, Sean.
I'm scared.
We haven't done these in a very long time here on the channel. And I figured we do one. Actually, yeah. So I'm going to stop the screen for a second. I think we've done this before with you. It's called an Immaculate Grid.
Ah.
So.
No, you have not done this with me, so.
Oh, I haven't. Okay.
No.
Problem is, the thing is, you're supposed to get some of the rare players.
Yes.
Not the first ones that come to mind. The rare players.
Yes. So we got to go Padres, White Sox, Cubs, White Sox.
Yep.
Okay. I think I got one for White Sox and Padres.
Okay.
Did Jake Peavy pitch for both of them?
Jake Peavy.
Sunil just said it too.
Jake Peavy. Jake Early. Jake Peavy. There we go. All right, 14%. That's not terrible. Okay.
No, that's pretty good. Sunil says Sammy Sosa. That'd
be on the more obvious side, but thank you for the guess.
For the Blue Jays and Padres, Did Yangervis Solarte play for Toronto? I know he was a Padre. Obviously, he was with us. Was he with the Blue Jays?
Yes, he was. Let's see how much we get. 2%. Good job, Sean.
Thank you. All right, so we got to figure out Cubs players for.
Yeah, and there's no timer on this thing, obviously.
Yes.
One thing I'd think of, I don't know.
That's a good one. Sunil said Carlos Zambrano.
Zambrano. Did he pitch anywhere else other than the Cubs? I think he pitched for the Marlins, but I'm going to stop sharing the screen because we do have baseball back.
We'll work on that next inning. Hall of Famer Frank Thomas, yes.
Yeah, Frank Thomas. Michael Barrett, I think, played with the White Sox.
I'm trying to think Cubs and White Sox. That's tough. There's not a lot of those.
I have a guess in mind. Let's see if I'm correct.
Oh, Alex, you know what you need to do for a segment like this?
Sure.
You need to get like what the Yes Network does with the flashy music when it's time for the trivia.
Yes.
You got to come up with a theme song for every time you do the Immaculate Grid as Velasquez comes up to hit.
And he grounds out to first base. What a way.
I like Velasquez too, but there's obviously no room for him, and I don't even know if he'll play in AAA.
Yeah,
but he might be willing to stay because obviously this is his dream team.
So part of that great 2013 Yankees team, there was a player that played for the Cubs and the White Sox. I plugged it in.
Can I give a hint? Is he an infielder?
He is an infielder.
Is it the guy that I referenced earlier?
Who did you reference?
Brendan Ryan?
No.
Kelly Johnson?
That's 2014.
Oh, okay. I was just looking at this. I was just looking at this lineup the other day too. Oh, who the heck? Okay. You said he is an infielder. Can I get a position?
Primarily third base.
Third base. Oh, you got me beat. I can't think of his name. He was a starter, right?
Yeah, because of every injury.
Because of the injuries. I'm trying not to cheat. No, Brian Roberts was 2014.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being with any of those teams. I just remember Baltimore and New York. All right, I'm just going to throw a random name out there. Sure. Is it Reed Brignac?
Good guess, but it's not Reed Brignac. The correct answer, and I repeat, the correct answer was. Hold on. Wait, let me just pull this up.
We are in commercial, so you can put the.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. Brent Lillibridge.
Oh, I would have never guessed that. I have not heard that name in forever. Yeah, that would have not been. I would have definitely never guessed that.
And you said Reed Brignac, right?
Yes.
I think he was a Cub. No.
I
don't think so. All right, so
we need a Cub and a Blue Jay.
Yeah.
There was a Japanese guy who played for both of them, right?
Kawasaki,
yeah. That's a common name, but he wasn't a big name.
No. Pitch just downstairs, Dawson Wells. They went to Gunther, specifically Sean Gunther, not Sean here, Sean Gunther.
He's got the good spelling, the SEAN. I respect that.
17.18 ERA, 5 games, 3.2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts.
Wells up to hit.
Fouled away.
Oh, I like that Ryan Sandberg guess. That's a good one, Sunil.
That's a different one, yeah. Why is it not up on the screen? You said, yeah, I think Kawasaki would do. Mr. Wells, 10 inside.
Right, he was Japanese, right? Like, I didn't say nothing racist before.
No, he's Japanese, Sean.
Okay. I don't want the chat thinking I'm just assuming things. I just picked I picked a name out of my hat.
The ground ball, base hit up the middle.
Nice.
1 out hit for Austin Wells. What inning do you think they're going to start switching to minor leaguers?
Well, the last couple nights they waited till about the 7th inning, so I would say 6th, 7th. I mean, they got a day game tomorrow, so maybe the 5th. But that's if Wells, Peraza, Cabrera, if they play tomorrow, which that'll obviously be a wait and see. But tomorrow should be a good one because if the Yankees are home and they're playing the Phillies, now the Phillies only train 20 minutes from Tampa, so you're probably going to get a pretty good regular season-esque matchup tomorrow. And you know what's funny, Alex, is the Philly fans up here, they keep taking the losses to the Yankees personally.
Why?
Because it's the Yankees. That's why. And I just laughed.
They care that
Now
much.
at first I wasn't bragging about wins because it's only spring training, but not beating the Phillies, I mean, come on. But where I live, have to. But yeah, Philly fans are all being down and dramatic, talking about they're comparing themselves to us. You know, not willing to spend money and being content with where they're at.
I would argue they have a better team.
Well, I think I have a much better team. I think I had a couple Philly fans tell me that the game we went to last year, the only reason we won like that was because they were in a cold stretch. Whether you want to believe it or not, I don't care. All I know is we still swept Philly. So
base hits are right off the glove of the first baseman, Ben Rice. Was first. Austin Wells goes to third. And the Yankees have a one-out rally with runners on the corners.
did Andre Dawson get into the Hall of Fame as a Cub, Expo, or another team? I think he got in as a Cub. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he's in as a Cub because they don't really – Alex, correct me if I'm wrong because you've been to the Hall of Fame too. They don't really seem to acknowledge a lot of Expo history. They just kind of count it as Nationals history, no?
I mean, Vlad Jr., not Vlad Jr.,
Senior.
Vlad Sr. You kind of got me with that one. I'm not going to lie to you. Pablo Reyes in there for a strike.
I've been to the Hall of Fame in about 9-10 years, but I remember there was a sign up about that, like, you know, most of their history was just going to be acknowledged as Nationals history or something like that.
I still think you should acknowledge it, though, the Expos.
Yeah, I don't remember because it's been about, like I said, about 7-8 years since I've been. We got to go back up to Cooperstown again.
Looks like we're getting a challenge.
And I'm not going to lie, Alex, part of the reason I want to go back to Cooperstown, not just for the Hall of Fame itself, I want to go back to
Sal's.
Yeah, I want to go back to Sal's Pizza. That's the best pizza I've ever had outside in the New York, New Jersey area. Like New York City, New Jersey area.
This one's a chopper to second. And that'll be a double play. Bottom of the fifth we go.
Where have we heard that one before?
Yep.
So like every game last year, same story.
Okay.
But he had a good approach aiming up the middle, but
after he failed challenging, but that's okay.
Yeah, Yankees are out of challenges. They failed the one in the first inning. Grisham got a little aggressive.
Nail on the head on that one. Okay, Sox Hall of Fame. Trying to think like players
Sox that actually have Hall of Famers.
Oh, they're probably like minuscule Hall of Famers.
Yeah, exactly. Which will only get us a higher score if we could think of them.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, you know, to refute Sean's Sox have a Hall of Famers point, Frank Thomas is in there.
Yeah.
Tom Seaver.
Oh, I like that guess.
I remember Don LaGreca was ranting how he got like 100th or 200th win or something.
300. That was the Ed Kranepool rant. Where did he get his 300th win?
With the White Sox.
As a White Sox.
4%.
Okay.
To the late Tom Seaver.
That's an interesting picture they picked. They chose.
Yeah. Kind of ironic too. Jay's
you know who I was thinking of, and I can't remember his name. Alex, have you ever seen the movie Big Daddy?
Parts.
They talk about when they went to Toronto, and the guy with the game-winning home run against the Phillies.
Joe Carter?
Yeah.
That could be a guess. Outside Joe Carter.
Roy Halladay's a good one.
Holiday, yeah.
George Bell. You got a couple good guesses here.
Getting back to action.
Yeah, they keep showing AJ Hinch for some reason.
Not on yet for another inning. Pitches in the dirt. 1-0.
Still 1-0 game.
Dylan Dingler is the hitter. Pitch, line to center field. That's going to be a base hit right in front of Trent Grisham.
Rodon is still in there.
Leadoff single.
He's up to 61 pitches, so I would assume if he has a long inning, this will be his last.
Yeah, they'll probably.
If he can pitch at least 5 and maybe into the 6th, I say that's a solid night.
Yeah. No, he's had a good outing. These are predominantly starters. Here's Perez. Pitch. Just a tad upstairs, 1-0. Wincio Perez. The pitch. Just a tad upstairs again. Count is 2-0. I believe the Yankees are all out of ABS challenges.
Yes, they are.
Because Pablo Reyes challenged one last inning.
Grisham challenged one in the first.
The pitch. 3-0.
It's a big crowd on hand in Lakeland. I see a lot of Yankee fans too, which, when you're in 6th borough, you can understand why.
Three goes to 3-1.
Now I'll ask you this as Rodon continues his outing. What do you look for opening day with him? Obviously, the last time he pitched an opening day had to be with Giants a couple years ago. What are you looking for in particular in his opening day start against the Brewers?
Give me at least 5 innings.
Yeah, I just what scares me is what happened. I think it was in his first start against the Royals, where he got so amped up that he only lasted. Yeah, he only lasted a couple innings. Look, I got no problem with being amped up, but don't waste all your energy in the first 2 innings, because that won't end well. Because the Brewers, we know they can hit. They got a solid team, and that's strikeout.
Yeah, a couple of different guys: Ryan Braun, Casey McGee.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Not even. Probably about 15 years ago.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Jumai Jones up at the plate.
Tigers, Dodgers to open up the season. That should be interesting.
Fly ball, infield, Rumfield. Nope. Austin Wells makes the catch 2-way. With the catcher's mask on, nonetheless.
Not an easy thing to do, and I'm telling you that from experience. The field is completely shaded, but obviously once it gets above that second deck, forget it. That's a high sky, and that's hard to see. So doing that with a mask, that is impressive.
There's Andy Ibanez, the pitch down in the dirt.
But I know players have definitely got to be looking forward to getting back in the big league stadiums. Wind becomes much less of a factor compared to spring training.
Yep, especially if you have a dome stadium. Well, can't say that about the Rays.
So, Alex, I'm going to ask you a question. Now, if you've seen the article, then answer honestly, obviously. But do you know on average who has the most expensive ticket? Average ticket per game this upcoming season? I'll give you three guesses.
Pitch to Ibanez in there for a strike, counts 2-1. National League or American League?
American League.
American League. Blue Jays?
Nope. Give you two more guesses. Most expensive ticket on average in the 2025 season.
Can't be the Yankees.
Nope. Which is surprising if you ask me, but
Considering.
No, I don't know that you'll be able to get it.
3-1 to Ibanez. I'll make the final guess for this pitch. Ibanez fouls this one away. Favorable count here. Let me go the Royals.
Nope. The Oakland A's.
Most expensive.
Average ticket price of $181. This is not a joke.
So many things wrong. Where's Armand so he could rant on John Fisher?
Oh, we want to start ranting on John Fisher. We're all in on that.
Not a great frame job there. That was a strike, in my opinion. Andy Ibanez will take a walk to first.
And the Tampa Bay Rays weren't far behind, so. But meanwhile, the Rays playing in Tampa still have not sold out for opening day. I think they're one of the few games that have not sold out yet this opening day.
All right, looks like the Yankees will be making a move to the bullpen.
Well, 2 outs into the 5th. I'd say still rather a solid night. I wanted to see him go 2 5 innings, so.
Yeah.
But he only gave up. Actually, he hasn't given up anything yet. You have to see how the next pitcher does. But all in all, I can't complain. Not a bad night. That'll do it.
Jays Hall of Famer.
Carlos Rodon Spring. Unless they put him back in, that is it for Carlos Rodon Spring. All right. So
ended on a high note.
Blue Jays Hall of Famer. I'm going to say, you know what's funny, Sunil, is I don't know who the A's played yesterday. I can't remember off the top of my head. They kept calling them Oakland. It was Cleveland, I think. They were playing the Guardians, and they called them Oakland all game.
They do the same thing.
Don't just come at us. That's the broadcasters are doing it too. I've done it every stream that I have mentioned them. So
I'm gonna give Sunil his guess. Paul Molitor. Okay, 17%. Could do better, but I didn't think of Paul Molitor.
No, I didn't either.
Okay, so 40+ WAR career under all these categories.
Sacto ass. I don't like
Sosa, Nomar, Dawson, Garcia Parr, I believe, qualifies if we're doing the Cubs here. Damn. Yeah, Tony Gwynn would be a good guess. Tony Gwynn, one of the better. Yankee pitcher new in the game is Yendrys Gomez.
Interesting.
Yeah, what was it last year? He didn't do great, right? When he came out.
No, in AAA last year he was already 3-5, 3.67 ERA, 93 strikeouts to 39 walks. So he's got some upside.
He's coming into a bit of trouble here against a former Yankee, Gleyber Torres. And the pitch is just outside 1-0.
One of the many Yankees who have now grown a beard. Still weird to see.
Still
very weird to see.
I think he's been waiting for it.
There's a lot of players, especially in the spring breakout. Half the team was already had very big beards.
Count is 1-0, moves to 2-0. So he's avoiding the strike zone. He's pitching around him. Two and 0.
Yeah.
To Gleyber Torres. That pitch in there for a strike just snips the corner. And he does not want to challenge. He almost did, but he didn't want to challenge.
I think Detroit still has both theirs, so.
Yeah, I don't think they've challenged at all.
Oh, you're right. I thought that was a ball, but he definitely thought about it. He did stop play, but stepped back into the plate.
The 2-1 to Gleyber Torres. Pitch incoming. Swing and a miss very early on that one with a sweeper. 2-2.
Alex, what are your expectations for the Tigers this upcoming season?
I feel Gleyber's a good addition. I can't lie. I like bringing Skubal back, but pitch to Torres. 3-2. Everyone's going to run on contact.
Still got a tough division to face. I mean, Kansas City obviously are the favorites. Cleveland will be good again. Minnesota,
I don't know where Minnesota's going to be, but we all know that Chicago's going to be in the dumper.
Yeah, well, that was a hard one to predict, isn't it?
Yeah. Fly ball foul.
I keep saying that, Vinny, we got to go to White Sox Marlins this year. I think that would be matchup of the year.
When is that?
I don't know. I just know I think it's in Chicago. So
let's see. White Sox versus Marlins.
You can't tell me that won't be a 5-star matchup.
That's in May.
In
Chicago.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you don't want to go on a cold, rainy day in Chicago in the middle of May?
Yeah, why not? Well, the tickets. All right, I'm going to go on TickPick. How much do you think the starting price is?
$2.
Okay. All right.
$2. Take it or leave it.
All right, let's see. But we'll see with the pitch to Torres. Swing and a miss. Yendrys Gomez gets out of it. We go to the top 6. Score remains the same. All right, you said how many? How many dollars? $2. $2.
It's probably not that low, but I'm assuming it's going to be that low.
No, it's not. 10, 13, and an 8.
All right, that's still.
The game against the week against the Royals cheaper. The flight series cheaper.
I think the flight to Chicago would be the equivalent of like 10 White Sox games.
Probably. And then also their series against the Athletics starts at $4. That's probably the one we need to go see.
I still rather go see them play the Marlins. Vinny actually says the Marlins will be 1,000,000 times better than the White Sox. I don't know about that.
I don't know about 1,000,000.
I think those will definitely be the 2 worst teams. I think the only teams that come close to that are the A's, the Rockies, the Angels. Really about it. I mean, hell, the Pirates have more upside to them right now.
They probably have the most upside.
Yeah.
Of all the teams we just mentioned.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, hey, I actually won't be surprised if the Pirates can at least stay near 500 this year.
They just can't collapse.
That's the problem. The last 2 years, they start out red hot, and then.
Where do you expect the Cubs to be?
That doesn't go well for the Yankees if they do start out hot.
No.
Because when the Pirates are winning, Pittsburgh's a tough place to play. And we all know the viral clip of Cueto proceeds to drop the ball and then give up a nuke to, I think it was Russell Martin.
Where do you expect the Cubs to be this year?
Oh, that whole NL Central right now, it's a battle of, as the kids say, a battle of mid. The Cubs, to me, I don't see them winning more than 85 games, which,
I agree.
As crazy as it sounds, that still might be enough to win them the division.
Yeah, that's almost mid-division. John Brebbia in, Trent Grisham,
but at least
second put away.
At least it's mid to the point where at least we know that they'll be above 500 and not like a NFL comparison, like the NFC South of like 2015 or
where it takes you 5 games to win the division.
Yeah, NFC West of 2011. I don't think it'll be that bad, but I honestly think between first and last place, they only separate by about 10 games. I think the whole division will be competing by mid-September. But that's the good thing for a team like, say, the Pirates or the Reds, where there's really no expectations. Is all they got to do is stay close within 3 to 5 games, And all it takes is one good run at the end of September, and you could be talking Pittsburgh or Cincinnati being NL Central champs. That's crazy to say, but
I have a guess for our immaculate grid after this pitch. Cabrera drives this one into right center field. This one's caught two-way. For the San Diego player that has a 40-plus WAR career, I don't think anyone has guessed it. Steve Finley.
ooh, yeah, I don't think anyone would guess that.
Steve Finley, former Diamondback.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
don't think
Cubs and
anybody
Hall
was
of Famer.
guessing that. John
And
Brebbia is the new pitcher for the Tigers. He had a hard time against righties. Given batting average against was 270 compared to lefties, where it was 235.
pitch to Peraza in their first strike.
Pitched with the White Sox and the Braves last year.
Talk about two polar opposite teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
One
not that
team
the
was-
Braves were spectacular, but
Well, you gotta admit the injuries have been killing them the last couple of years.
Yep.
They're a fun team to
Super.
watch when they're healthy, but the injury bug. I think that new stadium has got to be on an Indian burial ground or something. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say that?
yes, you can say it. There will be no such thing as cancel culture on this channel.
We appreciate that.
Steve Finley was a journeyman. Astros, Padres, D-backs, Angels. Yeah, he was with multiple teams. John Brebbia gets the out, and we're going to the bottom of the sixth. So, Sean, your analogy of this game flying by, well,
It's continuing so far. It's not even 8:00 yet.
watch the ninth inning be the craziest.
Yeah. Well, the way these spring training games go, you can never rule it out. Actually, a good example is against the Tigers. Alex, you remember when we were in, I think it was middle school, and the Yankees played their first spring training game against the Tigers, and then Jorge Mateo hit that game-winning triple in the bottom of the ninth.
Yes.
They were down like 7-2 or something like that.
It was like
and
9-8 the final score.
Yeah, something like
I want
that.
to say that was 2000,
That was like 16, 17, something like that.
2017.
Well, I thought 17 we opened up against the Phillies. That's the only reason I wasn't sure. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean,
You might be right.
Can you tell we're baseball nerds when we can literally think of
Think of
old
random fucking
spring training games?
You might be right on that Phillies thing though. It might have been 2016.
I think it was 16 because that was, remember, Judge wasn't playing yet for the Yankees. He was still baby bomber. So they're showing the ad on, if you guys are seeing on the MLB Game Day page. How do you feel about this Braves Reds game at Bristol Motor Speedway? I'm going to tell you the truth. Obviously, I know more about this racetrack from watching NASCAR for nearly 20 years. That place can hold up to 150,000 fans. Do you really see the Braves and the Reds drawing 150,000 people?
No.
I don't.
No.
I hate to be that guy. I just don't see it happening. I have a feeling a good
Yankee
portion
Stadium
of those fans.
40,000?
What?
Yankee Stadium? 48,000.
Yeah, somewhere in that. And Dodger Stadium holds 56,000. I do not see how. I mean, if both teams are good, maybe. But the fan bases aren't that big. I mean, the only thing that benefits them is it's like right in between.
Riley Green drives this one to center field. Sorry, Sean, but
you're good.
Christian makes the catch one away.
Yeah, I don't see how they draw 150,000 people. I don't get it.
Yeah. By the way, you were right. 2016.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I remember the year after we opened up against the Phillies at.
And that's when Tyler Wade made that stupid error in center field.
Yeah. You remember? I wish we were doing this channel at that time because you remember we used to rage at spring training games. We did not like losing, and people used to laugh at us for it. But we were just like, no, we're just real fans. We just don't accept losing. We don't care what time of year it is.
The 1-0 to Spencer Torkelson. Pitch outside, 2-0.
Gomez looked good so far.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's really not much room for him in our bullpen, but he'll be a solid piece with Scranton Wilkes-Barre.
Pitch outside, 3-0.
Alex, we should do that as a bonus stream. We should do, if it's a 6 o'clock game like I think it is, should do Rail Riders Iron Pigs opening day.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to give you my MLB.TV, but although I don't know because I've heard that the Iron Pigs can get blacked out up here. I'd have to double check.
Fly ball, Ben Rice under it, makes the catch. Swinging 3-0 is a very interesting approach, two-way.
Alex, since we're on the topic of AAA, your favorite moment, because obviously you grew up here in Pennsylvania too. What's your favorite Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Rider or Scranton Wilkes-Barre Yankee memory?
The Giants are signing Jameis Winston.
Oh.
Wow.
That'll be interesting. He's a fun quarterback to watch.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Sean. I do like this move.
I would too. He's a good stopgap. The big giant snooze. But yeah, favorite Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Rider memory, Alex.
Dan Johnson hitting the walk-off home run at my birthday party.
Yes. That was the first ever time I seen them win. I was like 0 for my first 7 at Scranton Wilkes-Barre games. And then what were we, Alex? We were down 1-0 to Lehigh Valley.
Yep, and then Dan Johnson.
Dan Johnson came up and hit a walk-off 2-run home run to win it. Not to mention one of your uncles, I think it was, got a foul ball at that game. I think we took over a whole section.
We did.
If I remember correctly. Your family from the city came up. My family, well, it was me and my mom. We came up with one of her friends. The Bees tried to kick us out, but we wouldn't let it happen, if you remember that.
I remember I threw one of many first pitches.
Yes. Literally, I think at that time it was $8 throughout the first pitch. They just let everybody do it. Yeah, I would put that one up.
The deal is 2 years, $8 million.
Wow, that's
could be worth up to $16 million worth of incentives.
How much is he guaranteed?
That has not been said.
Gotcha. Interesting move. Well, at least you got a guy that could give you touchdowns. You just gotta hope he don't give
directions.
Yeah.
In both directions. I mean, there's a pitch to Keith just a little outside. I would toy. He's not going to want it because he's a guy that probably still wants to play. I would toy with signing Joe Flacco for the idea of a mentorship to a quarterback. Which
I think is what a lot of people say he's pretty much going to be best for. They were talking about doing that with Steelers too. Who would he mentor? That's beyond me, but
yeah,
it wouldn't be a bad idea. And at least he could still come in and play at a decent level as a backup.
Yeah, this is right to Yendrys Gomez. First.
Have they said anything yet about when the schedule's coming out? Or is it still like mid to late May?
They used to do it before the draft, remember?
They always did it the week of the draft. Like a couple days before. Now they wait till after May. Got to figure out when we got to go see Steelers Jets with Luka.
Oh yeah, there's no word on it.
Yeah. No, if I remember correctly, last year they didn't announce it until like a week before.
Percovers.com, again, take this to a grain of salt. The expected release date is May 14th.
Yeah, that's about the same as last year.
Let me text my buddy Sox Arizona and tell him that Jameis Winston's a Giant. We're going to do the crab legs?
There's somebody yelling outside my house, and I don't know who the hell it is, but I don't like it.
You should take us outside with you.
I should, but once I step outside the house, the Wi-Fi on this is just gonna fall apart. Final numbers for Carlos Rodon, by the way: 4 2/3, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. So if we could just figure out his control a little bit, then he will be good for opening day. By the way, Alex, now what I'm going to tell you, there's nothing really political about it, but the mayor of Tennessee, obviously former wrestler Kane, has challenged Tim Walz to a charity wrestling match. How do we feel about this? Tim Walz is going up against the demon himself, Kane. I know you don't know wrestling, but
oh, son of a bitch!
I don't know what to make of this.
It's quite odd because we have Tyler Holton now in the game. Here, I'll give you a name of a pitcher that you haven't heard in a while. Speaking of lefties and Tyler's, Tyler Olson.
Yeah.
Camera turned off. Gotta turn it back on.
That would help.
If it would cooperate, of course, because it takes 2 to tango.
Yes. Top of the 7th, Yankees still holding on to a 1-0 lead.
Swing and a miss by Rumfield. Count is 2-2.
Olson's ERA since 2023, 2.15. That's second best.
I mean, let's, for 2 seconds, jump it off the topic since it is breaking news here. Saquon was asked at the Super Bowl by Jameis Winston where he should play football. Saquon says, the Giants need a quarterback. The rest is history.
Sunil says Winston would beat Fields head-to-head.
No, he wouldn't.
Well, that'll definitely make the preseason matchup more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like Fields will win you more games, but you'll probably get more production out of Jameis.
Yeah, well, because, Jameis has a better deep ball than Fields, but Fields is much more mobile.
Yep, Armin saw that one.
Not to say that Winston isn't mobile, but...
Well, yeah, no, the Fields is the running quarterback. 13 touchdowns, 12 INTs last year.
The Giants and the Jets do not play this year, no. They got what, Alex? Like another.
They had the chance. They had the chance, but the Jets decided to win more games than the Patriots.
Yes, so
it'll be Jameis Winston versus Drake May instead.
2 more years, Giants will play the Jets.
Why 2 years? It's not bad. I mean, Jacob, it's $4 million a year.
I'm telling you, they're tanking for Arch. You can't tell me otherwise.
If they tank for Arch, we're gonna have a serious issue.
It's gonna happen whether you like it or not. Question is, Alex, is if they do get Manning, do they give him number 10?
No, you can't do that to Eli.
You never know. Eli might want it.
So Holton will face Andrew Velazquez with 1 out. Runner on first. Pitch. Fly ball down the line. Oh, he missed it. He missed it in right field. Jahmai Jones, it gets past him. Velazquez rounding the bases. Let's see where this goes. Jones throws it in. The relay throw to the plate. And did none of them score?
Oh, boy.
None of them
They
scored.
missed the fly ball.
You're going to see it in a sec.
I'm watching it now. No, they held him at third.
Mungia did not score on that.
No, looked like Rojas held him at third. Not entirely sure why. Gia's got speed, but that got well behind Jahmai Jones. I don't know how you don't send him there. I mean, granted, you still got a sack fly situation here, but that did not make a whole lot of sense to me. And obviously, Tigers broadcast, they're not going to show it.
The play. This one is a drive to left field. This one is gone. Home run, Austin Wells to the opposite field.
5th home run of the spring. 3 for 4 on the day.
What a mark to make. Opposite
field. Opposite field, too. Almost over the berm and left. Yes, Sunil, unfortunately. Stanton could have 2 torn ACLs. He'd still send them. The Yankees take it a 4-0 lead late in this one. Big home run there, as I mentioned. Wells' 5th home run on the spring. Don't think you could ask for much more from the catcher. And usually it takes catchers a little bit to get up to speed. Obviously, they're the first ones in camp with the pitchers, but
look at this one. Deep to center. Is it going? Is it going? No, just at the track.
That's that deep center field that Detroit is known for. The 420 feet out to dead center. It's, I don't want to say impossible, but it's not easy. I think it's one of the deepest center fields in baseball. So 2 outs in the inning.
And this one is just out to Shoemake.
Oh, yeah, and Jacob, the way I look at it is this QB draft class just feels like a project class more than anything. There's really no surefire picks that you could say, oh, they're definitely going to be good.
Well, Jacob, also to that, Jameis Winston's a good backup. I mean, if you're paying your backup $4 million in this age.
I love that quote.
This one is a pop out to the catcher, but we will go to the bottom of the 7th. Austin Wells making his mark. Austin Wells got all the RBIs in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, so far. Like I said, I love that quote Sunil just brought up.
No situation, drunk sales, run the bases, por favor.
They run the bases like drunks.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye. I reached out to somebody just now, so keep an eye on the possibility. I said possibility. Depends on the reply of Giants Jameis Winston stream at some point tonight.
Just we got live reaction, so
yeah, and that was right in the middle of everything. But with Wilson and Rodgers still on the table, it kind of surprised me.
Yeah, now does that take you guys completely out of that race for either?
I mean, I can't imagine that.
Well, see, I don't see why you guys would sign either of them because they both want big contracts.
Big contracts, and they want to start.
Yes, which I guess they would. I mean, obviously, Russ is better than Winston, but I don't know if Rodgers may be a different story. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, Rodgers wants what, $33 million a year or something like that, and Russ wants 20 to 25. I mean, I don't see how that would benefit you guys in any way. But
yeah, no, I think this completely takes him out of the Wilson Rodgers race. I don't mind it. I just think.
So I'll ask you this then.
Sure.
If and I think we all think it's going to happen. I think we all know Rodgers is going to eventually sign with Pittsburgh. What does that leave for Russell Wilson?
The Browns.
Yeah, I guess. So
former Met Tomas Nido is up at the plate. Takes a strike.
yeah, I guess you're right about that.
We did not finish the immaculate grid. You're right. I got to come up. I mean, we'll do it on commercial break. But I got to get the crab legs out. You know, if because today is my Lent, and I could have fish. Well, I mean, I'm having fish, but what was I going to say? If there are crab legs, I have to have one in honor of Jameis Winston, even though I don't like crab. Nito fouls this one away.
Nito played.
Here's this one. Speaking of Sean, your question was, does this alter the pursuit of Rodgers or any other veteran quarterback? Mike Garafolo says, no.
Yikes.
This does not change the Giants' pursuit of Rodgers or any other quarterback routes. So, I'm kind of, I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm a fan of the Winston signing.
It's just, is it really worth paying all that money to go 5-12?
As I said, if you bring in like a Tannehill or a Joe Flacco, then it makes sense.
Yeah, that's different, but I don't see how bringing in either of them two does any good for you guys, other than winning you meaningless games.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be so concerned about the meaningless games part if we have our quarterback, but I don't know. I'm very interested to see what their approach is as we deal with Perez on a 2-0 count.
Well, see, that's the other thing then is if you do sign one of them two, there's two QBs right there. You can draft another one and then
that's 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, because you already got Tommy Cutlets back, so
they should cut him. But
I'm surprised they brought him back. Honestly,
yeah, it was a cheap deal. Right to Gomez, 2-way. By the way, the Yankees have made 2 defensive changes. Shoemake stays in the game. He goes to shortstop. They also have Jackson Castillo. He's going to be in right field. Brendan Jones in left. And at second base is Juan Mateus.
2 down in the 7th. Jahmai Jones will come back up to hit. 0 for 3 on the night.
Ground ball foul.
The only thing Russ can really cook up is his deep balls. That's really about it. But when you give him, see, I don't blame everything that happened with the Steelers on Russ because when you know what, Chisel Adonis said it best. He said, "It doesn't matter who we have at quarterback. It could be prime Montana, prime Brady. Doesn't matter. When you don't give a quarterback time to throw, you're not going to get any good production." I don't put all that on Russ. And Russ didn't really have a horrible year. His numbers were pretty similar to the last year he played in Denver, which wasn't that bad, but I don't know. The Steelers bar has been set so low that it's just kind of whatever to me at this point. I mean Chisel Adonis said it best. For years, the mindset, I'm sure you could say the same for the Giants. The mindset was always Super Bowl or bust. When did we become franchises that would just be happy to make the playoffs? That's not who we are.
Well, Sunil, I don't know if you're joking or serious, but I highly doubt that, knowing that I've seen Tommy play within the last few months. I would take Russell Wilson 5 times during the weekdays, twice during the weekends, and again on Sunday.
Yeah, I agree.
I just hope that
should we congratulate Deshaun Watson on being engaged? I mean, we can make a lot of messed up jokes here, but
do we really have to? I don't owe him anything.
I mean, if you wanna read the comment section on the announcement, it's pretty funny.
Well, I seriously hope though that they obviously have Winston, that they don't go after Rodgers and Wilson, and then proceed to not draft a quarterback. Then I'd be pissed.
Oh, because then they're doing it for Arch. We shall see. It's only March 21st. We still got, what, 5 months till, 4 months until training camp?
Yeah.
So back in the top of the 8th. Yankees still leading 4-0. I'm going to extend that lead.
It's a swing and a miss by Trent Grisham.
Will Vest is the new pitcher. In 69 nice games last year, threw 70 1/3 with a 2.82 ERA.
Real quickly, Sean, I'm just going to record myself in a YouTube short talking about this.
Gotcha. I'll talk about the Yankees. Up to bat now, Trent Grisham. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Pitches in there for a strike count is 0-1. Right now they're interviewing Colt Keith. So, correction, count 0-2. And Grisham goes down on strikes there on the four-seam fastball for out number 1.
Here's Cabrera, who's still in the game, by the way. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and they kept Grisham in as well, so I think you're going to see more substitutions throughout the next inning or so. So I think if Cabrera gets on here, they'll be pinch run 4.
It's a ground ball, and another out is made. 2-way.
We're in the top of the 8th, Alex, and this game started at 6:05. You know what time is it, Alex?
8:02.
This pitch clock is just.
Jameis Winston's first tweet: "Start spreading the news."
Yeah, you knew something like that was coming. New York Jameis is about to be a vile human being.
Going to be very, 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 very interesting.
$20 says we see him at Yankee Stadium opening day.
Eating crab legs.
Yeah.
And MSG eating crab legs.
Eating W's. Sitting in the crowd.
At the Rangers game, eating crab legs.
Knicks playoff games, we hope.
So the Giants are going to lose games by a score of like 27-24 with Jameis. And some of those points on a pick six.
Yeah, he'll contribute to the other team's 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So at least we
can.
But
hey, Alex, look at the bright side. You got a chance now to upset Philly. Philly's got no defense.
I still think that they'll kick our ass. I do think we'll play competitive. We will play competitive at least against the Cowboys. Competitive.
And Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Deebo Samuel, but Deebo's kind of fat now, so.
I mean, it doesn't change a ton, but
it at least it shows that I think with Jameis, you'll have a lot more competitive games compared to the last couple of years. You might actually be able to put up more than a touchdown a game.
Fly ball left side, it will make the seats.
That's the way I look at it.
Give me 1 second, Sean.
Yes, sir. The count remains 2-2 on Peraza. Tigers looking to get out of the inning with a 1-2-3 inning. Send this one to the bottom of the 8th and try to chip into that 4-0 deficit. Vest sets and deals the 2-2. As a ground ball up the middle. It's also not Peraza. That was a lefty hitting.
That was Brendan Jones.
Okay, well, FanDuel showed Peraza.
FanDuel, incorrect.
This broadcast has sucked, and we haven't even actually heard the broadcast. It still sucks.
I can't imagine it's much better.
social media has spoiled all of SmackDown. I hate this friggin' European trip.
Why don't they change it?
Because USA Network won't allow them to show it at any other time other than 8 o'clock. I think so, Sunil. Actually, I think that I can see the Giants winning the home game against Dallas. Alex, $20 says Giants Cowboys opens up week 1. 425 Fox game of the week. Alex, how many times have they done that since we were kids?
It's been mostly Sunday Night Football.
It's either Sunday Night Football or Fox game of the week. It's usually one of those two.
Can we not play on Thanksgiving this year? I'd like to enjoy my Thanksgiving.
Or at least put them up against like New England or something.
Better yet, I'd rather root for my team to win on Thanksgiving. I did not do that this year.
No, and me and my dad, we just kind of, me and my parents, we just kind of watched just like, because it was something to watch. I mean, we knew the outcome. We just kind of, that's if Dak even plays. Yeah, remember, that man can't stay on the field either.
I don't know who their backup quarterback is.
Unless they sign anybody, or if it's the same as last year, Cooper Rush.
And their backfield's kind of washed.
Yes. But remember, Jerry Jones will not sign anybody.
No.
The Tigers showing their broadcast showing their opening weekend, going up against the 2-0 Dodgers. And that game actually will be nationally televised. I think ESPN is doing that game because it's Banner Day. I can imagine a lot of Yankee fans will be watching, right?
Yeah. Brent Hedrick is now in the game. 27 years old, 7.27 ERA this spring, 13 strikeouts, 8.2 innings pitched, 1 start, 5 games.
According to FanDuel, it was still Gomez. Now they got nobody. Nobody's hitting, nobody's pitching. According to FanDuel Sports Network.
I mean, you see, like you have enough time.
There we go.
You have enough time on commercial break to see that the pitcher is coming into the game.
Yeah, that's usually the first notification you'll get from the scorer is who is coming in the pitch. The defensive changes, that's a little different, but... And I'm telling you that from experience, Alex. The scorer always tells you, like, almost immediately when there's a new pitcher coming in. If you can't spot it yourself.
Strike 3. Ibanez down looking.
Sunil, if Winston beats Dak Thanksgiving, could you imagine that Giants fans might actually celebrate like they won like a playoff game? Like imagine that Thanksgiving Day, you got the whole country rooting for you against Dallas, and Jameis Winston pulls off an upset against the Cowboys.
Oh, I'll buy Jameis Winston dinner at Bubba Gump's.
He'll throw 5 touchdowns, 3 picks, but it's okay because they won 35-33.
Up to the plate is Hensley.
I told you, Alex, the deal still stands. If the Giants are good, I will go with you to Philly.
Classify good. Define good, Sean.
Let's say 2012 good. Like 9-7 type good.
Maybe.
I said that to you. If the Giants are at least a playoff contender, I will go with you to Philly as a Giants fan. Even though I'm not a Giants fan, I will go to support you. I don't know that Luka will, but I will.
No, he wouldn't.
Why not? He's your damn brother.
That's him.
Well, to be fair, would we do the same if the Jets were good and they were going to Philly? Probably not.
No, I mean, but the Jets, but I don't know if that's the equality because the Giants are rivals with Philly.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, yeah, I know, Sunil. It was like a comparison.
Yeah, I saw Jacob.
Well, although to be fair, it's probably gonna be 18 games within 2 years, which nobody wants. I mean, granted, us as fans, sure, we like more football, but I thought 17 games was stupid. I mean, you have an uneven amount of home and away games. 17 was stupid from the start. It was perfect the way I sound like an old man, but it was perfect the way it was. 4 preseason games, 16 regular season. But what do we know, Alex?
No, we don't know anything.
We don't
Strike
know
out there for Hedrick.
We don't know diddly poo. But then again, that was also when preseason actually mattered to players. Now it's just, I'll tell you what, Alex. The more the years go on, the more I hate what NFL preseasons turned into.
I mean,
like obviously we watch it for the young guys and the, players fighting for a roster. But if you remember years ago, you would at least see the starters. Now starters don't even play, and then that's why they end up hurt within the first 6 weeks of the season.
Well, base it up the middle for the Tigers. It's 2 outs. Max Clark with the hit, singling up the middle to center field. Dick Ellis.
Yeah, I'm a child. I know.
But to your point, that's why I'm starting to hate joint practices. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I mean, years ago it was just an all-out brawl, and they would finish that fight on the field come game day. Now they don't even do that.
See, we just got vibes.
If you remember, remember when Giants Jets preseason actually used to mean something?
Yep.
Like there was actually a trophy on the line. I don't know if they still do the trophy. I mean, we've never seen it. They only present it in the locker room. But now, I mean, that Giant Jet game we went to a couple years ago was, I mean, nobody really seemed to care. The game was the game was good, but it didn't have that feel that it used to have. Like, I'll tell you the truth, Alex, when the Giants used to play the Jets, me and my dad would go crazy because as long as the Steelers weren't playing, we always wanted to watch that game.
Remember the one time on PlayStation 2019? Luke wanted the TV muted because he didn't like what Carl Banks was saying.
Yes. I still think your guys' best NFL story has to be your first game. How your mom had to sit in between you and your brother to keep each other from killing each other.
Yep, and the Giants scored one. Hold on, they scored one touchdown that game on special teams. The rest were field goals.
Yes. Yeah, I remember. I remember watching some of that. I was watching a highlight.
Yeah, and you texted me on the first drive. Nice start because the Giants defense gave up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep. Yeah, if you remember, we both went to our first NFL game that year because 2 weeks before that, I went to Steelers-Eagles.
Philadelphia.
In filthy Philly. Had my first Philly cheesesteak.
It is worth noting, by the way, that both of our quarterbacks are now vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a vibes. It's not anything about the future or anything. No, it's vibes.
Yeah. You got a goofy man and a mob man who likes his chicken cutlets. No, not that game. No, not that game, Sunil. But that game was something. That was something that I think Giants and Jets fans wanted to agree never happened.
I gotta look at the comment.
He's asking if we were talking about the toilet bowl from 2 years ago when Tommy threw for negative 12 yards.
Yeah, that was the Kim Jones game. That was the Kim Jones game. I think Sir Luca actually just got home. He says that the Jets don't have a plan outside of quarterback.
No, not really. And you ask me, I think they overpaid for Fields, but I wanted him. I would have paid him the same money, so yeah. What can I say?
So we're going to miss on Rumfeld's part. Count as 0-2. We're on the top of the ninth, Sean, and it's just about 2 hours and 10 minutes in.
Yes.
Mr. Rumfeld outside.
See, you know what's the one thing that's driving me nuts about the Yankees so far this spring? We still have not seen Devin Williams.
Yeah.
We have not seen him, and there's only, 4 games left? We need to see him at least once. And you know what they'll probably do? They'll wait till the Marlins game on Tuesday so nobody can see him, except for the people at Marlins Park.
Mr. Rumfield. Strike 3 call.
They'll finish his night 1 for 4. Not a bad night, though. He's got a weird stance, though.
Yeah.
Very, very strange stance. And kind of reminds me, Alex, you might not agree because he was your favorite player.
This is God
playing. Reminds me of Teixeira.
A little bit. This is God playing a funny trick. Or maybe somebody else, and you'll get who I'm referring to. Jameis Winston.
Yeah, we saw Armand.
Has the same contract Mason Rudolph does with the Steelers.
Nice. Oh, so you're saying we need a preseason battle between Mason Rudolph and Jameis Winston?
It's been 8 years, Sean. It's been 8 years since that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, if you remember, Steelers-Giants always played in preseason. They have not actually. They were supposed to. Oh no, never mind. That was Jets, but yeah, 8 years it's been since Steelers-Giants. That was T.J. Watt's debut as a Steeler. Yep. You remember how that went?
Yeah, I mean, the Giants had
me
and you starting at left tackle.
Yeah, and Josh Johnson at quarterback.
Josh Johnson.
Yep. Got a comment here. Eric says hello.
Hey, what's up, Eric?
No, there's no schedule out, Sunil.
Not till probably mid-May.
Yeah, which is stupid, but
I don't understand. Like, what's the point of that? You would just want to wait, like, give the NFL fans something to
talk about after because essentially all that's going on at that point is off-season workouts, but
you can't do shit with that.
No, and it's annoying if you're a fan because, like, you know, me and the Twins every year we always talk about, you know, what games would we like to go to and this, that, and the other thing. That shorter gap makes it harder to plan a trip, especially if you don't want to sit in the freezing cold in mid-December and you want to go to a game in September. Well, you only being given, what is that, 3 months to plan?
Yeah,
3-4 months.
Me and Sox were able just to bog it down. I think in June, July last year.
Yeah.
For Cleveland, I don't know. I'll be honest, Sean. There's not many attractive games for road games on the Giants' schedule.
I haven't seen your guys' schedule. I just know you play the AFC West this year.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't want to go to Vegas?
Do I look like I'm made of money? Jacob, yes, I'm very content with the Giants being absolutely done in free agency. And people say now that this is less of a chance that they would get Rodgers, not the pursuit, but less of a chance they would get Rodgers. I agree. And I don't want him here. He's a Steeler. Swing and a miss by Castillo.
Sad thing is this whole Rodgers to the Steelers thing, this has been a conversation for like 5 years now.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody remembers when in Ben Roethlisberger's last year or second to last year, I think it was last year, when they went out to Green Bay, Rodgers and Tomlin were winking at each other or something like that. And if Alex said it best, if Russ does not go to New York, it's either going to be Pittsburgh or Cleveland. And if Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh like we think he is, then it'll be Cleveland. Which that's bad because I think if he goes to Cleveland, then I think they might be a better team than us. But
pitch
offensively, they're.
It looks like
honestly,
it's going to be an error.
Both teams defensively are going to be great, but offensively, that's got the making of a 7-3 Thursday night snow game.
Yep, put it on Thursday Night Football, just like all the other ass matchups.
Can we just end Thursday Night Football? I'm
sorry.
Thursday Night Football sucks.
We could make the Steelers get Gardner Minshew.
I actually wouldn't hate that. But I think he already signed somewhere. I'm pretty sure he already
You're
signed
right.
with somebody.
Steelers, Chiefs.
Yeah, see?
Championship organization.
He deserves a ring. Minshew's just that guy.
He's another one. Vibes.
Yes. That's who the Giants should have got. Imagine that QB room of Minshew, Winston, and Tommy
Vibes. It's all vibes.
That would be interesting. That would be Hard Knocks worthy.
Jameis is a Giant.
That would definitely be Hard Knocks worthy. Hi, Luca.
Fire to first. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Yankees lead 4-0.
According to FanDuel, Wells was up at that at bat.
FanDuel needs to tighten their game up.
Yeah, if this is the production of a broadcast this close to opening day, I would be very worried.
Hey, at least we could say Austin Wells did great.
Yeah. I guess we'll call that the drive of the game, his 2 home runs. We got to do things like yes. Remember, there's no yes tonight, so.
Yep. Do the Tigers have a rally in their bones?
Oh, you don't say that for the other team. You jerk off.
That was the point. Parody.
Well, here, I'll give you some numbers for Austin Wells.
Sure.
In his 14 games this spring, hit .336, 15 for 41, 5 home runs, 2 doubles, 2 walks, an OPS of 1.189. I think he won the starting job, Alex. What do you say?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a tough battle, but, you know.
Oh, no,
he did just enough.
Between him and Alex Jackson.
Yeah, exactly, who just ended the inning. Yeah, no, good. Congratulations. Austin Wells has won the catcher's starting job. Alex, you know why I make that joke? Because there's Instagram page I follow with it's just essentially obvious news. Alex, did you know it's confirmed that September comes before October this year?
Really?
Yeah. I thought
it went before February.
I was shocked. I mean, I know normally they get the last month of the year, but not this year.
Oh, wow. That's a revelation.
I text my cousin that meme, and he sent me back. He said, dude, leave me alone. He said, you're annoying. I said, I know. That's why I sent it to you.
The Chesapeake Oyster Catchers.
Your Tiger fans got the rally cap on.
Yeah.
I know we used to do that when we were kids, but the more one of the games we went to, actually, we joked about doing that. And someone's like, are you really going to ruin your $50 hat by turning it inside out? And I thought, like, you know what? This guy's right.
Yeah, you got a point. So we got McGonigal up to the plate as we approach the final inning, as this one's a fly ball. Center field drifting back. This one is caught in center field by Dick Ellis, and we're 2 outs to the final out.
Still don't know why we brought him back. The 1 out in the 9th. If the Tigers give up a home run, can we see Devin Williams? Or if the Yankees give up a home run, I mean.
Yeah, he's got to close it out.
I want to see Devin Williams. Vinny said it best. I just want to say, here comes the airbender.
Apparently, Josh Connerly had a formal meeting with the Jets. Pitch in there for a strike. Count is 0-2. Who do the Tigers play tomorrow?
Let's see. Well, actually, what we should also check in is, what is the other Tigers team doing tonight?
Right.
Because they are playing a split squad against the Orioles, which is actually a matchup where we could say we're rooting for the Tigers if you really care that much. In the other game, the Tigers are winning 9-1. That game's also in the top of the 9th. Tomorrow, the Tigers will take on the Atlanta Braves. And actually, it's a good pitching matchup. It'll be Lopez versus Jack Flaherty tomorrow. Right?
Okay. We got a baseball trade. The Royals have acquired Mark Canha from the Brewers.
Interesting. Are the Brewers blowing it up now?
Right in time for opening day.
And it was just announced that in tomorrow's Yankees game against the Phillies, 105 first pitch. You can see that on Yes and MLB.TV. It'll be Jesus Luzardo against Cam Schlitter.
I remember Brian Schlitter.
Yeah, it'll be Schlitter tomorrow going up against Luzardo. Luzardo's had a tough spring. He's got a 7.88 ERA.
Let's hope the Marlins offense. Wait, hold on. I was thinking of something else. Never mind.
Former Marlin.
Yeah, you're right. Well, that's the final, folks. Strikeout for Thomas Nido. And the Yankees win this game 4-0, 2 hours and 21 minutes on game time. Started at 6:05. But a pitcher's duel, a shutout, all RBIs caused by Austin Wells. Sean, your final thoughts?
Well, I think obviously we can agree on player of the game. It was obviously Andrew Velazquez. I mean,
oh yeah,
no, he did it. No, we all know it. It was Austin Wells, big night, 2 home runs. I think, like I said, I think it's safe to say he is our starting catcher. I don't think there's any dispute in that. In all seriousness, solid night. Starters, primarily him, performed well. And everybody stayed healthy. That's all I really said we needed tonight, and that's exactly what they did. So we move on to tomorrow. We get one more matchup with the Phillies. We play our final 2 home games this weekend before we get ready to go north. So nice win for the Yankees tonight. They improved to 14-12.
Yep. All right. So we're not going to go live, but I'll have a video about the Jameis Winston signing. Very interesting, of course. But back on Tuesday for the Yankees season preview with NFE and Dylan Backer, obviously.
I also apologize. I forgot to thank you again, Alex, for having me on your channel and doing the simulcast tonight. We do appreciate it, representatives of both our channels tonight. I wanted to thank you again for having me on. I really do appreciate it. It was a good way to spend my Friday night before seeing you tomorrow and then forgetting that I will see you tomorrow at some point tomorrow night. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. And of course, Luca will be on too Tuesday, and much more content provided throughout. Sean, anything coming up for Pinstripes and Pile Drivers?
No, we will have it'll probably be up sometime Tuesday because, again, I will be in New York tomorrow to see Alex. We'll probably have something up either Tuesday or Wednesday on everything that's happening in WWE as far as John Cena's heel turn. Alex, I don't know if you saw, but John Cena yelled at some kid and his face went viral. If not, I'll send you the video after. It's funny. But we'll talk about John Cena. We'll talk about tonight's SmackDown. I already know what happened. I won't spoil it for anybody, but some big things happen on SmackDown tonight, and some matches have already been announced. If you don't want spoilers, do not go on social media. I'm just going to warn you of that now because I already know how the whole show goes thanks to social media. But, yeah, that's all that's really coming up. And then, of course, a reminder, Thursday after the Yankee game, as long as the weather looks good for Thursday, which I think it does. I think it's just going to be cold. Immediately after the opening day game, we will be live, me and Vinny. Obviously, the Big Blue and the Bronx crew is invited to join us if they're interested for opening day first thoughts after the Yankees game against the Brewers.
Yeah. So, probably have a Jameis video out after this live stream. Appreciate you guys. Sub up to Pinstripes Pile Drivers. Sub up to this channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when the live stream pops through drops. Appreciate you coming back. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in. And